All right,
I wasn't even looking for fucking rent in the first place, like I told you in the first place.
okay.
Either you're gonna fucking pay it or you're gonna leave, BJ. That's all I asked you.
All right, like I was saying, Miss Lorraine,
I know what I told you, though, BJ. You can just go. I don't even want to hear nothing else you gotta say. Just get all your shit. If not, I'll put it up there on the curb, and you can be out of my house and out of my fucking life. That's all I gotta do. I'm not gonna keep arguing over people over stupid petty shit. I'm tired of it.
I'm not.
Every time I look around, it's always some shit about every goddamn thing. I'm just tired of it.
I understand that, and I'm really not trying to add on to that. I don't know why you believe that. And every time I talk to your husband, I've never had an escalated argument or a conversation with him. I had the money, like, even before the first of the month. I got the money now. Matter of fact, I'll go get you some extra money just to let you know that money is not an issue to me right now.
I'm not even asking you for extra money. I'm just asking you for what is owed.
That's fine,
That's
but
what I ask you. And then every time I say something to you, you always want to get into. I don't like arguing with people. I don't like getting in conversation because I can hurt people. I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to argue with nobody.
but I don't see how I'm.
That's why I just asked you, this BJ, and I shouldn't even have to ask you. I came to you nice.
You didn't have to ask me. I offered.
And I explained the situation to you, and I didn't even have to do that, but I did it.
But I did offer you the money days
You
before.
offered it to my husband.
Isn't that one and the same? This is you guys' house, right?
I didn't want to overcharge you if you was going to be leaving within the 2 weeks. That's
Okay.
what your daddy had told me to let you stay here until the 28th.
My dad told you
That's
that.
what your mom said. Your mom said that when I talked to her last, she said, Bradley asked, can you stay here until the 28th of February?
Yeah.
And I said, yes, Sister Elvira. He can stay until the 28th.
That's-
That says Bradley asked you
That's-
to stay until the 28th.
That's true, but that's completely irrelevant to what you're getting mad at right now.
BJ, it's still, your daddy is still alive. He was the one that asked, could you stay on the 28th? It wasn't your mom. He asked me, could you stay? And I told her yes.
So-
I would do that for Bradley. If Bradley said he could stay till the 28th, then he could stay until the 28th. And I was being courtesy to him.
Okay.
Because he asked, could you stay until the 28th?
Okay.
And I asked your dad, was you still going to stay after the 28th, or were you leaving? And he told me to take it up with you. And I said, well, if not, I can ask somebody else, could you stay with him? And that's when I asked Steve. And Steve said, yeah, you can move in with him for $400. And then you said you didn't want to move in with Steve. And,
Yeah.
and I was out there and I was telling you about this. And just being so mean to you and throwing you out. I was trying to help you find a place.
Okay, I appreciate that, but you.
No, evidently you don't.
Yes, I really do appreciate that. I mean, I wouldn't defile your house or defile you with your rent money or anything.
You shouldn't even have to give me grief. That's why I don't like dealing with people. That's why I always say, Susie, just go asking for the rent money. Because I know how I am. I don't like to get mad at people and be cussing at people. If they know that they owe something, just pay it.
I paid it.
If I stay somewhere, I'm going to pay my way. I don't look for a freebie. If I owe you, I'm going to pay you.
I'm not looking for a freebie.
That's how I am.
And I've never been asked to pay the rent here either.
Yeah,
Nobody has come up to me and say, BJ, you're late.
No, you've been
So,
paying the rent ever since, though, BJ.
Miss Lorraine, like I was saying, I had the money like the 28th of last month. I've been had it.
You went to the first, though, BJ.
I understand that.
You
But-
had it. I didn't want to overcharge you.
Okay.
Because I told you the kids was going to be coming. And that's why I didn't know because your dad said he was moving you on the 28th. He said, I knew when Elvira said you and her and him was coming on the 28th, but I understand she couldn't make it. But he still should have been coming. And I asked him, was he coming? And that's when he said no, to take it up with you, that the things had changed. And I got his text too. And then that's when I asked you, because I still didn't know if you was going or coming.
But do you understand when two people go on a loan on a business on a house and one half of the whole income is gone, that all of that is null and void? You have to start it over. Yeah, so I don't know why you're expecting him to still come here on the 28th. That's kind of a little
I
weird.
didn't know about the house situation. They told me that they was going to move you regardless of what was going to go on the 28th. That's what Elvira told me.
Ain't nobody ever said nothing like that to me. And that's the same issue we had last time, and I'm doing the same thing.
She said, Lorraine,
I am not trying to.
You can give him until February the 28th. Me and Bradley would come to you, and I will move him out myself.
To where?
I don't know what she was going to move. She told me, don't worry about it. She said, it wasn't my concern.
Really? It's kind of funny that you're saying that now, and I really can't even talk to my mom about that. And she has never, ever said anything to me like that.
Well, I wouldn't lie about her, but me and her had it out, and that's what she told me.
Okay. But
She said, Don't you worry about where my son gonna go. I will worry about where my son is gonna go. You don't even breathe about where my son is gonna go. And that's what she said.
Okay, I just want to end it on this. I've never ever tried to rile you up or make you mad. You offer me a roof. I mean, that's common sense. I would never do that.
Yeah,
but can I just say this, and then after that you can accuse me or whatever. I just want to let my piece go. Then that way it'll known and be said. But I've never ever had a problem with paying you got your rent besides that first month, and we've been all through that, and you got your money for that too. Sully has never had to ask me for the rent. You have never had to come up to me and ask me for the rent. I've always had your money too. Another thing is I'm not an argue person, and as you can tell, this is like our second major conversation, and this is also the second time you have raised your voice at me, and I'm still pretty calm.
Because you sit here, BJ, and you play these little games.
The games.
I'm sitting here like I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I'm just gonna make up a story.
Well, that's what.
Oh, well, BJ, well, you don't have to pay. Oh, well, BJ, well, you did pay. But then, oh, but no, what you said. I know what I said, BJ. Just because I know you was in a hurry, but if you wouldn't analyze what I said, you know what I'm saying would make sense. I was looking out for you as well because I didn't know. Because the last thing I heard, my son would be out of your house on that 28th.
Okay.
You didn't need to know where he was going. You didn't know how he was going.
So
don't worry about it.
I didn't even know where I was going, and it's still.
Evidently had something.
It's all good.
You would rent an apartment or something. I was supposed to be looking for a place too, and I didn't even do that. I had saw one place over here for $600. She said if I found something for $600, let her know.
Okay.
And I never did. So I had seen something over there by Target. Over there, those little one-bedroom apartments. And she told me that she would worry about where she was going to put you. And I didn't worry. But Bradley said, can you stay can he stay until the 28th? Because I said I wanted you to move that Friday, that January, the end of January. And Bradley said, can he stay into the 28th? And I said, okay, well, since Bradley's asking you to it's 28th, I said, let him know he can stay into the 28th.
Okay. Well, I really would like for you just to calm down because you're getting really serious with it, and to me it's not that problem.
I don't want to argue with people. I got a lot of stuff going on.
I can see that.
There's a lot of stuff. The 7-month-old baby is having heart surgery right now as we speak.
I know that. You told me that.
That's a mission thing. So I'm dealing with all of that. Then I'm dealing with all this other stuff. And then I got to hassle with you over the little bitty old rent money. You know, and considering I was even giving you a deal just because you weren't going to be here that long.
No, I don't.
You know you can't find rent no $350 nowhere. You can't find it unless you're roommating with people.
Well, yeah, I don't want to be in a spot by myself. That's not healthy. Not for me.
So that's all I'm saying. I mean, and I shouldn't even have to even ask you, but I asked you. And I said, and I was like, then you're going to sit there and turn it all around. But I thought I made myself clear. But I guess you have to do things in writing, I guess, nowadays, so people don't understand what people are saying, I guess.
Well, I mean, I thought that's what was our agreement after the first, issue, that we were going to write a contract, but I was never approached with that contract, and I wasn't given the duties to write that contract, and other than that, I would have wrote that contract. So, I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do a contract, because you wasn't going to be here that long. That's why I just told Elvira, you just going to be here, because she said you was going to only be here for like 6 weeks or so.
I didn't know that, and you can...
It went longer, but that's why I didn't do a contract. Why waste money? Why waste all that time to do a contract when you only going to be here?
We could have wrote it on some college rule papers. That's all it could have been.
If I hadn't known this, because I never rented out a room before to nobody, but now I learned a lesson, because now I know. I never had people to live with me and pay rent.
I ain't never had to do that either, and it's definitely not cool. So.
Do all this stuff, you learn real quick.
Yeah, and you can ask your husband. I approached him at least 3 or 4 times, like, about that contract, and he didn't tell me anything about it.
To me, because he told me if I had listened to him, none of this would have been in effect, and he's true. I did it, and I didn't tell him about it.
Okay.
So he wasn't aware of none of this, so that's why he's kind of like catch-22 here. But I know the next time not to go over his head either. But I did because it was Elvira. It was Elvira. That's why I did it, right? Because it was her. If it was anybody else, I wouldn't have did it. But I did it because it was her.
Well, I really do appreciate that. I'm not trying to dodge you on money when it's money that I could give to you, no problem. I'm gonna give it to you right now. It's no problem. So, hey, just let me go to my truck. I need to go get extra money anyway, so I can have it. So just let me get my money, and I'll give it to you right now. I got my wallet right here. Look at that. It's right here. Look, and it's 20.
Okay, well, all you had to do was just give it to me, though.
But
that's all.
the thing is
me a hassle.
I asked Sullivan. I was like, hey, you want to get in? He was like, no. So I'm like, okay, well, you're the man of the house. As far as I've been raised 25 years of my life, the man of the house.
But
so
he didn't know the agreement.